New Milestones, episode 17, the 13th of July 2021. First, I want to talk about the new promotion I put online. You can get 3 ebooks for free on Thursday, the 15th of July. My latest one, even for 3 days. If you like my vlogs, you might like my ebooks as well, so check them out if you want to. Let's start talking about last week. I wrote some diary material, but also about my thoughts in general, about the way the mind works, about psychosis, but also about the afterlife and reincarnation. I hope it makes sense and that you like what I'm talking about. So here it goes. I got a gift from my parents. They got a new coffee machine and gave the old one to me. Old? It isn't even 1 year old. I'm very grateful with this gift, since I drink a lot of coffee. Even got some coffee cups with it, so I'm good for a while. I had an easy couple of days. I went to a big mall in Amsterdam with a friend of mine. He needed to buy some products for his company. It wasn't crowded, the way I like it best. In the evening, we had a nice meal, stewed eel with red cabbage and potatoes. Eel is a local treat in our hometown. You can eat that in many ways, cooked, smoked and stewed. And they were really tasty. This evening, we'll be eating a steak with small potato rounds and veggies. Tomorrow, I will eat with my parents. There is also the second half final from the European Championship, England versus Denmark. Yesterday, I watched only the first part of the match from Italy versus Spain. It was a great match. In the end, Italy won with penalties. This afternoon, I visited my uncle. I had a cup of coffee while reading some magazines and the local newspaper called Nivo, or at least I'm trying to read them. It was mostly watching pictures, sort of. Also watched some of the Tour de France on TV. They were climbing the Mont Ventoux. I really enjoyed the scenery. My uncle and mother prepared some Suriname spaghetti. I had a small taste. It was a good one. Also got a portion for myself for later on this week. On Monday, I finally took my blood samples. I was there a week ago as well, but you needed to make an appointment for that because of the coronavirus. I will visit my therapist upcoming Tuesday. Then I will also meet my new psychiatrist. I also need to take a somatic screening as well. That is in the beginning of August. In between, I watched some series. First, I watched Rick and Morty. Afterwards, the latest episode from Bad Batch. Some episodes from Clone Wars, and the new series called Loki from the Marvel Studios. I really enjoyed watching the first episodes. Looked a bit like the Umbrella Academy. Today, a new episode came online, always on a Wednesday. I think that's nice. Bad Batch has new episodes on Friday and Rick and Morty on Monday. So in that way, I can divide the series I'm watching. Bzzzt. My coffee machine is working. Time for a nice cup of coffee. I'm thinking inside myself, having a better view of the mind. Sometimes I drift away. In the past, daily. It was really a tough time. Being psychotic is really devastating, losing all reality sense, moving in and out of your thoughts. Where do you project them in? Letting go control of the inside. I'm lost mostly. How does it work? Your inside. Where do your feelings and thoughts go to? When being deluded by yourself, where do you project them in? Time after time. A fantasy, drifting away in gradations. Taking rest helps. It takes time. Being you, that is a great gift. Learning about the afterlife, you can get out of the fake designs. You project the fake designs on your outer world. You can get lost in that. Is there a life after death? Where do you go to? What are the gradations of your inner being? Things you want to do in life. In what perspective do you make your choices? When being psychotic, you drift away in a madness. Episodes come and go, like I said, in the past, daily. I still have them, but less. The medicines I'm taking really work. Taking my time though, learning the real reality, then you will learn that there is a beautiful landscape ahead of us, in the afterlife. Going back to Earth again via reincarnation, moving from life to life. You can't let go of the madness. Where have you been so long? Projecting every movement in your mind on fantasy. It is great to learn there is more than madness, and that it isn't the end. The insight can go really deep. You do need to take rest as well. Then you will learn yourself all over again, changing yourself, changing society as well. You don't learn the essence of life in empty streets, like dead alleys. Doing the things you love doing, losing the game time after time. It empties your soul and makes every day a drag. You don't learn the inside of yourself by following the rules. The rules aren't always the right ones. Again, learning about the afterlife really helps to get new perspectives. Universal love is the best thing there is. Never an ending, only pure love, a continuation of life. All your thoughts and feelings will be cured from this new outcome. You can't let go the madness because it is fake. By being psychotic all the time, I've learned to see the real reality, not falling for fake designs anymore. I only have that in episodes, but they are getting less. Moving your vision to the universal love of the afterlife, projecting that on yourself, seeing beautiful flowers, smelling their scents, raindrops on their leaves, to give new energy and let them grow. Energy moves from your thoughts and feelings to lives you had in the past. The inner feeling is mostly from the sphere you were in, growing higher in them and changing direction. Reincarnation, it's a beautiful concept, learning the bigger picture about life. But when am I psychotic? I have them in episodes, really stuck inside yourself, stuck within the steps of the mind, then letting go so it will be on the surface. The weird mind tricks combining layers of the mind and the feelings. It is really strange to encounter the deepness of it all. When being deluded by every step you take, it is harsh to get back on track again. The inner core within time frames, losing yourself in fear and anxiety, one step at a time. But in the darkness, you need to learn yourself all over again, in a labyrinth, then to move from life to life, learning everything all over again. Feelings, one at a time, not in the darkness, opening yourself up in the light of the afterlife. My intuition is coming back again, a good flow, moving freely. Sometimes I'm lost in gradations in the mind and feelings. What is reality? You need to learn your mind and feelings all over again. Stuck in madness again. Gradations. Sometimes there are boundaries to be seen between living on earth and the afterlife. Even beyond that. Traveling through the universe with your twin soul. Only when projecting the psychosis on eternity, you're really lost. Fake designs, again. It is daily, throughout the entire day. Suddenly it's gone, and all of the turmoil is gone as well. It seemed like an eternity, and then it is suddenly in rest. Letting go of the boxes of madness, in feelings as well. New visions about life. But, like I said before, including medicines. They lower the dopamine level through which you aren't hallucinating all the time. Getting rest in the system. The afterlife is real. Because of that, you can let go of the madness and project universal love on everything you do. Watch episode 6 from New Milestones. I think it's a great episode, talking about psychosis and philosophical questions. I like the episode a lot. It gives a good insight with what I'm busy with for some years already, trying to explain what is going on from the inside. I wrote about that in my vlog as well. Sometimes it is repeating myself, but that isn't always a bad thing, of course. Yesterday evening I started with a new series. I have to adjust a bit because it is different than the series I usually watch, about the zombie apocalypse. The series is called Resident Evil, from a computer game. Afterwards, I watched the 3 latest episodes from the new seasons from Rick and Morty again. I really enjoyed the series. Friday arrived. I made some coffees with my new coffee machine. There will be some new series online again. First, I took a shower and brushed my teeth. A fresh start of the day. The sun shines with some nice temperatures. Open up the door to the balcony. I gave the cat some food as well. An easy day ahead of me. This evening, I will meet up with a good friend of mine for our weekly shisha. Also got a call from a therapist. We'll meet up next week. Also with a new psychiatrist. Talking about the state I'm in. Talking about the blood samples I took last week. Because of Corona, we haven't seen each other for a while. I'm looking forward to this conversation. Not sure where it will go to, though. And thinking of the past, I remember that I got really stuck in feelings within boxes of thought. The core of yourself projected inside these boxes of madness. Eternity within sorrow. Losing the inner core with God. Does God exist? How deep do your feelings go? Where does time go to? That is difficult to encounter. Sidetracks all the time. Lost. The gradations of the layers from emotions, but also the feeling of the afterlife, reincarnation. You need new goals, new perspectives, not inside these boxes of madness. Declining the steps you can take, not in universal love. What is your personality? What is your character? I forgot about these things. When you can't follow the route of your thoughts, like a road with bridges crossing rivers, a new horizon, moving further than you thought you could go. The inner core is essential. Sometimes you're sucked inside boxes of thoughts with fake designs, showing life. Your inner feelings are more worth than anything else in the world. Sometimes the thoughts go into all directions, within one box, not connected with the outside world. You can't focus well. Time within the madness is tough to cope with. Who are you? With what kind of thoughts do you interact? How much are they on the surface? You are bigger than the moment you live in. Thoughts, but also images, really sensitive because of that. In different interactions in life as well. Who are you? What do you need to do in life, short term and long term, that are steps ahead of you? I plastered all of the possibilities to a dark side of psychosis within myself. In a way, it's a copy of a copy, lost all the time. Time does heal. You need a new guidance to the higher spheres, not lost in anxiety and fear. Degradations again, trying to make the world inside yourself a better place. Also, in connection with the afterlife, you can start all over in a way, trying out new things. I'm still not there yet, but time heals. You do learn about life. What are the possibilities? Growing out of the madness, not projecting the wrong things of life on the outside world. You are the one that needs to change. Grabbing new possibilities to change and heal yourself. The inside world is huge and magnificent. So many possibilities, a copy of a copy, but this time letting go in universal love. Because of that, your madness will get less. Seeing other directions. In between, you change the boxes of thought with each other, growing and letting go of the past. You understand yourself better and can change because of that. Alone time was necessary for me. Still need that. Every day is different. A gift. Because I was learning about the afterlife, I could change. I was always looking for that, lost within school and jobs, too deep within myself. When is it an episode? How do I know that? Sometimes I do notice the changes, scared and lost. A good environment is necessary, showing lights in the psychosis. It depends in what gradation you are in. The deeper you go, the harder it is to get out of it. I was totally gone. Sad. I feel pity for myself from me in that time. Taking a sidetrack within myself, I was really mad, crazy. That's a fact. I remember when waking up for the first time in hospital, totally lost. I lived in the fantasy world, no boundaries to anything whatsoever. Every step within myself, from thoughts and feelings, everything was fake. I couldn't think normal in any other way. Nowadays, I'm trying to think with feelings and. Even kijken. I'm trying not to think with feelings and images. That is a pity in a way. Better than that than become psychotic again. In the toughest gradation, there is lost for eternity, repeating itself time after time. You do need these interactions. Not getting lost. In a way, I'm in it again, but this time I'm mirroring with the higher spheres of the afterlife. So you're swapping sort of with these boxes of thought, in and out of fantasy and new realities, into the ocean of love, universal feelings of the soul. You learn about the new landscape not to be seen yet. The afterlife is where you will go to, swapping between the boxes of thoughts again, higher and higher. You're filtering the dark feelings of life from one life to another, moving through the universe and evolving in inner feelings. New boxes will surround us, but this time only to interact with and letting go again, not getting stuck inside of them. To learn about the afterlife really helped me. Don't interact with the past. Psychosis was tough to encounter, and learning about reincarnation, trying to adjust that into my life. I was a wizard of thought and feelings. I love to think about things, feel about things, and see things with images and colors within myself. Moving through the past, moving through the books I've read, trying to do it right. It was different than most people surrounding me. I was different than most people surrounding me, really deep in feelings mostly. I loved music and I had great friends in that time. I was happy in a way. Then again, really lost all the time. My inner world were really big. When losing all of these things that made me happy, I was really lost. Searching in life about life, working and going to art academy, I was already lost. I was already proud. I was really proud when being admitted. Think it's a pity that I couldn't finish that one. I did went to another art academy in Amsterdam around 2006. I enjoyed myself the first year, but it was different. I was still psychotic back then. I just needed an art space where I could draw and paint. I had that, but psychosis took over and made me a weirdo in front of my classmates. Then I started to paint and draw in my own room. And look where I'm at, well, and look where I am at today. Still learning, but did made some nice artwork. I would love to improve myself. I want to draw and paint more than I'm doing at the moment. Sometimes I'm drifting off within myself. If you know about reality and fantasy, then there is no problem. Sucked inside the madness and blowing up yourself. What is the outer rim, sort of? How many times do you project that on your surroundings? When being inside of a psychosis, these outer rims are inside the mind. That is tough. How to look further ahead? That is scary. The bigger pictures, how far do they go? Letting go of these thoughts within yourself, looking at things you want to accomplish in life. By being psychotic, that isn't there anymore. Swapping again, inside, outside, letting go, grabbing it again and letting go. Gradations again, the bigger picture again. Where do we live in? Who are you from the inside? Like societies, cultures, religions, and all other things in life. It isn't one life though. we're all on the same train in a way. Some of us on the other stations of the same train. They haven't seen it yet, but they will in the future. They don't need to do anything, only waiting until it is their turn to show up. A different landscape outside of the window, believing in adjusting the senses to a higher spiritual awareness. We know we'll go to a new station, so it isn't only seeing so it isn't only seeing, is believing, but also that you know that it's really there. Filtering the inside again to a higher sphere, swapping again and not being afraid, letting go of the madness and look into a new direction, a new mall in every new life. Some of the same things come back though, and these pieces already fit, like a puzzle, but not in madness anymore. Pieces that fit on the new vision about the afterlife and reincarnation. A new puzzle. The old ones were meant to be to get where you are today, not getting lost anymore. A new life connected with old ones, connected with the afterlife. Being spiritual is nothing more than to be who you are. It is the only way for each and every one of us. Searching and learning, changing course into a new direction, filtering the inside and putting a new mall on top of it. The highest point of the pyramid, pure energy, moving to other places, not unseen, because you have been there many times already. As how stuck are you within one life on earth? Many places to go to, many steps to go upward. When being ready, you will learn about the things you need to know, even when you can't see it, embrace it. It is for eternity, no fear and anxiety. Stuck on top of the pyramid, inside a delusion. Only one step is possible. It will come back time after time. You need to go outside of the pyramid and let it go of time and madness. Scared to move on in between lives. Like a needle, it can scare you, but there is nothing to worry about. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. You can think about it many times, but it isn't always the outcome. Afterwards, it becomes normal and you will get used to it. That's the same with reincarnation. It can be scary, but there's no need to be afraid. The top of the pyramid in universal love and learning about new environments. Today, I had a conversation with my therapist and psychiatrist about the state I'm in. We hadn't seen each other for more than a year. It was a nice conversation about my vision of the afterlife and other. I didn't have answers on some questions he asked. I tried my best though. Then I had a conversation with my new psychiatrist. The other one is ill but will come back again. He explained everything about the blood samples I took more than a week ago. Turns out my sugar level is way too high. And my cholesterol as well. The measures of my medicines were low, around 300 points. These values need to be between 200 and 700 points. Because I smoke, the measures are lower. That means I need to take extra medicines, or I have to cut my smoking habit. I don't want to quit, of course, but smoking less isn't a big problem, I guess. I also need to contact my doctor about the things we talked about. Maybe an advisor for a new diet. Not sure if I will do that. I do want to eat more healthier food and less candy. I will hear about the next steps I will take from my doctor. So I will make an appointment as soon as possible. Minor point was that my therapist asked me what we were talking about when we were with the two of us. My mind was blanco again. I have that all the time. My short-term memories aren't great. I took some notes for that. Walked to a meeting point where my mother was waiting with the car. We drove to a big mall to buy coffee for my new coffee machine. 2 large packages of 100 cups each, so I'm good for a while. I had a cup of coffee at my uncle's place before heading home again. Back home, I showed my father the results from the blood samples. He pointed out to me, as well, that the sugar levels are way too high and that I should do something about it before it's too late. That means I need to change my eating habit. The times I'm eating are okay, only no sweet candies anymore. I love chocolate, for instance. It was nice to see my therapist again. As always, really friendly, and we'll meet up again in August. Wow. That's 19 minutes, man. That's a big story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or things like that, you can always let me know in the comments below. Yeah, and I would say until next time. Bye.